Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. God, what is... God, what is... God, what is... I have no idea what the clicking noise is in the back and stuff. That's weird. Okay, let me test the mic out really quick. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it sounds like it's coming out clear. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that sounds perfect. Okay, we're good. Now just pull up my comments. Close that. View dashboard. Itchy hair. Alright, so, sorry about the way this sounds. I have to do this finagling right here, as you can see, just to get it running. But, you know, at least it works. And we're not using that much CPU right here. Can't really tell with my things right here. So, let's get to it. Today's thing, we're going to be learning how to do source ports. For those familiar with the game Doom, you can't really... Well, you can get it off Steam. Actually, you know what? Let's load that up really quick. Let's open our library. We have the game right here on Steam. Let me see. Doom. Here we are. Oh wait, no, that's the new one. I don't want that one. Where's the U? There we are, Ultimate Doom. Here's the old one. And granted, this one is pretty fun, but you can't really do much with this base version. Yeah, we'll play it just right now to show you what I mean. Play Ultimate Doom. See? It loads up the DOS box. You know what? Let me turn off the... There we go. Okay, can you hear me now, guys? Yeah, it's good. All good. And also there's just a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, this is the original Doom. Pretty fairly standard and things like that, but very pixelated, very ugly looking. Plus, there's no mod support. Although there is, but you'd have to make it the old school way using that system and things. I don't think it would support new nowadays mods. Let's see. Yeah, see? No mouse control. No mouse control. You have to use a keyboard and stuff. Very archaic. Still playable, just really goofy. Control to shoot. The shift button is to run. Ugh. How do people play this like this? It's so difficult. And there's that mess of pixels right there. That's supposed to be an imp. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can shoot it. Got it. I think. Go down here. Anyway, the point I'm trying to nail in is that this is very ugly looking. Very, very old, archaic, and just not well as pleasing. Luckily, there's a way to actually play this properly. Like, modern-wise. It's... Right now, I'm just going to teach you guys how to do it with only Windows computers. I don't know how to do it. It probably is the same thing for Mac or Ubuntu or any other operating system. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay, good. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to do it properly using a thing called a source port. Now, a source port is basically you take the old code, modernize it, add a few bells and whistles from nowadays stuff, and, you know, make it easier. It ports the original software from the old computers to the new computers using the source code, aka source port. Now that we got that covered, let's talk about exactly how we do that. What we need is both Doom and Quake. I have Doom 2, but I didn't install it yet. I got mine from an official copy, a physical copy, from back in the day. I won't just show you how to do that one. That one's pretty much the same thing as regular Doom 1. But let's continue. First, we need to look for either Xandronum or GZ Doom. And I'll show you what each one of those looks like, so there you go. This is ZDoom. It's, you know, it's pretty much the easiest version to work with. Although I don't know about the netcode. The netcode may be a little more archaic. But there's 3 different versions of it. ZDoom, which is no longer continued, and is pretty much the basis for everything. That was last updated 2016, as it says right here. We got LZDoom, which is a previous version of the original ZDoom engine, but just, you know, older. It runs a lot better on older systems like Windows 8 and stuff, but, you know, it's not up to date. Then we have the modern day version, GZDoom. And I'm going to show you Xandronum as well. There you go. Xandronum. This is basically for large-scale server setups and things like that. It's really cool how this thing's set up. Let me see. We'll do this one first to show you the difference between them. With this one, what you're essentially doing is taking the original code, porting it over, and improving it with 3D effects, light blooms, large image texturing, a whole bunch of things. We're gonna just get the 32-bit version. It's a simple zip file or whatever. Okay, just downloads right there. And we'll download that too. Oh, and it also comes with a thing called Doomseeker, which looks for other computers or servers on other people's computers and connects you with them. As long as you have the same mods as those people, you should be able to play that properly. Xandronum, I think, has a better net code, so you can actually like start servers and things like that. But either way, you just need to, get one of these two source ports to play old school Doom with nowadays bells and whistles. Let me see. Yeah, sorry about this. It takes a bit. I'll do GZ Doom first. I already have this program installed right here. Where is it? Yeah, right here. This is Xandronum. Close that up. Hide this really quick. There we go. Yeah, show. No. There we go. This is the Xandronum file, or the Xandronum program. Comes with Xandronum exe. These INI files. This came from another computer, so I have multiples. And then comes with this DLL and the PK3 file and this one skins folder. Now, with Xandronum, all you have to do is just run the program. It's asking for which rods I have. I just have that. Play it, start up, boom. Easy done. And this one has Brutal Doom installed. So with it, I'm able to play like here, I'm Deep in the Dead, and do play. Now you can see I have full mouse control. I have ASWD controls, the standard stuff. I can jump with the E button. I have that set up. Crouch. I can. That's a shoot button. And I don't have flashlight. Great. Oh yeah, this is. That's a Brutal mod. But for the most part, this is just a modern day version of the same engine stuff from back in the day. As you can see, there's more much faster. I don't even think I can run the Brutal Doing the old engine. OBS. No, I have it in T. 1 second, folks. Go to my ratings. I have the T disabled, and there we go. Okay. Just have that, set up and things. But as you can see, this is just a mod or modification of the original code. You couldn't run this in the old DOSBox version without a few tweaks and things. But yeah, that's Xandronum, and I'll show you more about that stuff when we get into it, but let's see if a download's finished. Yeah, it's good. And then we want to get the core? Yeah, the archive. Okay, let's open ZDoom. GZDoom. Here's all the files inside GZDoom. Open AL32, lights, PK3 licenses. These DLL files are digital license libraries. I can't remember the name of them. Got the main executable, some PK3s, and 2 sound port, and this FB bank, which I guess is for like the sound card or something. We're just going to copy all of these things, and for the right now, we're just going to put it on our desktop. We're going to name that Doom 1 and open it and paste our files in there. And there we go. We can close that zip file up, and now we have GZDoom run, or GZDoom in our computer. Now, if you just play this program, you're going to get this error message. Oh, well, first I got to run it. Oh, comes with Doom installed. That's cool. Let me see something. Easy Doom PK3, OpenDL Lights, Downbank, FB Bank. Oh, weird. Oh, you know what? It's probably because I have it already installed on this computer. This thing will look for like the actual Doom file, whether it's in here or in somewhere else on the computer. So I'm going to... You know what? I'm going to show you guys what you can do. If you can't find that thing and Doom is not installed on this computer, simply go to your library in Steam, right-click here, look for Properties, or no, Manage, and Browse Local Files. We're just going to move that to the side, and here is the base for all the original Doom game, including the DOS box and all that stuff. We want this file, doom.wad. Copy, paste, and there we go. And now, if we run the program, it should simply just load from there directly. And as you can see, I have full mouse control. ASWD is not programmed. I can move my mouse forward, move forward, turn left and right, move forward and back with the air keys. You can actually change those options. We got secondary fire now. Weapon reload, R. Weapon zoom, just mouse 3. Go forward, we're going to make W. Move back is S. Strafe left and strafe right. Strafing is where you move perpendicular to your forward position. Like left or right, depending on which way you're moving. In this game, it's recommended you learn how to circle strafe, where you focus on one point, and then you rotate your position around that point, orbiting it, as it were. Or orbiting it using only your strafing maneuvers. Circle strafing. It's kind of muscle memory, but for the most part, it's pretty clear to understand. Okay, we don't need to worry about the turning left or turning right. We can add jumping, but I don't really like doing that much, so E. Crouching, we could make C. We don't need to worry about those ones. And mouse looks, we don't need to look for that. Run, shift, obviously. Cap lock is turn on and off. We don't need to worry about this thing, this just turns off the strafing and stuff. Yep. And then weapons. Yeah, that's what's cool about this thing. It has so many options to play with. I love source ports. They make things so much easier. Ooh, we can even add a chase cam. That basically is it puts the camera behind us and faces us around. I'll demonstrate that actually a little bit. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Map controls, zoom in, zoom out. Auto grid, okay, yeah, we don't need that. So, now, there we go. Now, as you can see, I'm using the mouse to move around. See? We have that, but we also have this ridiculous forward and backwards mouse movement thing, which is not really fun to play with. Let's change the options for that. There we go. Enable mouse, yes. Now, see this where it says always mouse look? We want to turn that on. And then we want mouse movement. No. There we go. And now, we can look up, down, left, right, and now it's legitimately a 3D game. And there we go. Oh, and to run. And see how fast we can move and stuff? Makes it really more fun to play with. The mouse speed's a little slow, so I can turn that up. Go to options, go to mouse options, and overall sensitivity, let's turn the flip. Oh yeah, that's better. See, that's circle straightening. Looking at a target, and then focusing and turning around it. While staying, trying to keep it in that one position. Also, you can, in this game, you can't really dodge these guys' bullets, but you can dodge theirs. Anything like fireball based and things like that, you can just press A and D to circle or to avoid it completely. But you know what? Can you hear me? Let me just check for the volume. One second, folks. Yeah, the volume's pretty loud. Turn that down right now really quick. There's also these cool options as well. You can control the master volume, which is everything. Sound effects volume, music volume, menu volume, MIDI, device emulation. And I'm going to turn that off on my dashboard. Okay, so I'm going to just keep it at a fluid synth. That way it sounds right and makes sense. Okay, and there we go. And now, as you can see, this is an easier way to play the original old school Doom on modern day computers. No issues whatsoever. It's fluid, it's fast. Now, there we go. And, here's the cool part. This is modifiable. We can put mods to this. The cool thing about this source port is that it's made with a bit of the code from its future title, Quake. Those not familiar with Quake, let me pull up what that looks like. That's Quake. And it's pretty much just the first true 3D first-person shooter game. Doom itself is not actually really 3D. It only fakes it. Back in the day, computers couldn't run that stuff, like DOS computers. Couldn't do 3D. So they faked it by basically taking a regular picture file and laying it on the surface, and then just drawing it in a certain way to make it look like it's 3D. The computer will only render a few things. And so, there's that. There's a really cool video on YouTube by a man named Ronnie Edwards. I'd recommend looking that up because he explains it a lot better. Or if anything, look up Digressing and Side Questing Doom video. Granted, he has a lot of misconceptions about it, like mouse look. The original game did have that, but it was kind of warped looking and didn't look right. There you go. I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to rename this to Z Doom. Then we want to make a new file. Make this one Dendronum. Whoops, I still have the cap locks on. Dendronum. Okay. Now, if you don't want to use GZ Doom, that's okay. I wouldn't recommend it for like the netcode. Kind of weird. So let's go ahead and just test out Z-Doom, or Xandronum. It's only these 4 files. That's it. You just copy those. Go here. Make this new file right here. Paste it in there, and now GZ-Doom has some features. As you saw, we didn't even need to put the Doom WAD in there. But this one It actually does need. Oh, wow. Huh. I guess it just loads it from the main files and things like that. That's cool. Oh, yeah. Allow access. Come on. There we go. I guess it just takes it from the main Doom file that we have on Steam. Odd. But yeah, you pretty much do the same thing. You just copy this Doom WAD. Copy. And you just paste it here. And there we go. Now we have, Doom 1% working. And then the volumes and stuff. Its display system is a little weird. Go up 70. There we go. We're going to use software rendering. No full screen. Ratio's good. Okay, that's all good. Let's get the sound. Lower the sound volume to like 0.1. This has, as you can see, even more options than GZ Doom. There's like so many different things. Underwater reverb and cutoff, randomized pitches and sound, play, connect sound, and multiple announcer sounds. There's just so many things you can do with these source ports. And then, of course, customized control is just one straight up thing, really easy. And you know what? Let's make the fire, that. This one's that. Weapon reloads are. This one's already preset to have ASWD as the main default control scheme. Jump is C. Crouch, toggle, we're gonna make E. And then let's look. Yeah. Oh, chase cam, yeah. Make that P. Oh, we can also taunt in this game, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, and now that's good. Let's play. I'm gonna do that one, and you know what? I'm gonna do ultraviolet. I can play this game in my sleep. As you can see, it looks a little weird. That's how the engine runs, so we can change that by going to our video mode. Into OpenGL, back, quit. We have to load it up again. And now, give it a second. Has to load a lot. There we go. Check 1 second. Doing okay. Yeah, we're doing okay. Yeah, we're doing okay. Okay. And now let's do ultraviolence. As you can see, now we have proper 3D. We even have these things looking like black textures. It's kind of weird. Oh, shoot. I don't have the zooming, because that was a Bluetooth feature. But as you can see, it's frantic as heck. This just makes the game so much more fun to play. Just dodge the fireballs. Oh, there we go. Jump. Crouch. There we go. Yep. Get the landing. Get that. Get the armor. As you can see, it just runs so much more smooth. It's like butter. It's probably a little framey on your guys' end because, my computer's not that great. But it's awesome. Long story. And that's... And there we go. Which is an easier way to play the old school Doom. Here's a little secret for you guys. There you go. I love this old game. It's so fun. There's so much you can do with it too. The engine is so they're so easy to change and modify. It's actually a really good thing to get started in game developing and stuff. Learn how this engine works, and then once that happens, you can just, go crazy on it. It teaches you so many things about nowadays engines. Ooh, I gotta check the med kits. Oh, I already took all the med kits. Yeah, this is the Steam WAD, so... Oh, it's still the Red Cross. Oh, odd. In the modern day version, they swapped out this Red Cross because the Red Cross kind of... I don't know what's up with them. They're weird. They don't like their stuff being for med kits, even though it's technically what they do. I don't know, they're weird. The trademark symbol. But yeah. Up, down, left, right, no mouse movements, and left and right. Safing. Love that. There we go. Now, to install, I'm going to show you how to install mods for both of these. We'll go to GZDoom first. What we want to do is create a new folder, name it mods. I like to do that, it makes things easier, and as you can see, it's empty. Now, let's go ahead and grab a quick mod or something. What mod I have? Oh, yeah, no. GZDoom. There we go. We just go to the ModDB, source of all Doom mods and things like that. Go to Files, and there we are, Brutal Doom version 21, made by Sergeant Mark. Kind of a cool dude, kind of also a weird dude. His mod's amazing. Okay, it's downloading, right? Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Oh, whoops. Yeah, it's gotta wait a bit to download. You know what? Cancel. I'm just gonna use the one I have in this folder. You just download it from, wherever. There we go, on Steam. Allocation. Yep. You know, I'm gonna do both those. Control-V, paste. You'll get a zip file, and you'll see these two files. PK3, Brutal P21 PK3, and this one here is John Romero's latest creation. I'm going to show you really quick. There we are. This is a 5th chapter to the original Doom game, known as Sigil. He made it just recently, around like 2018, I think. Or no, 2019, I think. Been a while. But basically, it's just an extra chapter for the first Doom game, with multiplayer maps to boot. In order to install these mods, we just simply take them from a zip file. I'm just going to do this one first. Copy and paste it there. And there we go. Now, to load these mods, you have to, for GZDoom, you have to do this weird kind of finagling thing. I'll show you just right now, actually. We grab our main executable, we don't double-click it, we right-click it. Open up the Properties menu. Now we go to, oh wait, no, sorry, messed up. We want to make a shortcut to this. There we go. And this shortcut allows us to add a few more things. So right-click, Properties. Here's the executable where this thing is located. We want to add functions to that. -game. And then we want to put... Oh, wait, no. We want to put file. That's the one. Game is for Quake. What we're doing here is we're telling the exe to load up a certain set of code before we load up the program. This set of code is, you know, the stuff we need to actually, like, you know, run the thing. The mods. We type in minus file mod slash sigil dot WAD apply, and now when we load up that one, it'll load up the 5th chapter, and if we load up this one, it will just load up the regular game. I'll show you. There we go. New game. As you can see, no 5th chapter. Yes. And now if we go to this one, and there we have it, the 5th chapter. It loaded up the mod perfectly. Now for GZ Doom, you'd have to do that for every mod you put in. I'll show you an example. Let's take our Brutal Doom mod, PK3 file, go into mods folder, paste it there. Okay, and then we go to this thing, open its properties again. Now, we have the file extension right here. Let's just space that in. Now put the file mods. And now we put Brutal 21.pk3. You have to put the .pk3 or .wad extension after it, otherwise it won't load it. We hit apply, it accepted it, and now we run it, and now it runs with Brutal Doom. There we are. See? Brutal Doom. Complete with the extra stuff. I'm just doing replaying because this level's hard. Or this set of levels is hard. There we go. Ow. Yeah, the controls are low. My left and right is kind of weird. 1 second, I'm gonna fix that. Mouse options, overall sensitivity. Running speed. That's better. Oops. Ow. Yeah, this game is a little bit more violent than the original game. I mean, look at that. It's a dude's jets right there. God. So fun. But yeah, this is the original sigil. Or this is the mod that John Romero, one of the programmers behind the game, created for, you know, this game. Oh, I died. And there we go. Chase cam. I can even input cheats. We go to the command prompt and type in summon. Let's do a Caco Demon. There we have it. Summon the Caco Demon. Whoa. Easy, big boy. There we go. And he's dead. You're dead. Bounce. Oh no, that's a punching maneuver. I can punch the bodies. Oh, I can kick the head too. Football. Let's see if I can punch this body. Yep, smash his head in. Yeah, like I said, this is a pretty violent game. Well, one knows I'm here. But the others don't, and they can look around the corner. Let's give him a grenade. Ow. That didn't work. There we go. Ow. Oh, I'm gone. There you go. That's how you install a mod for GZ Doom. Or mod for GZ Doom. Now let's do the same exact thing, but a little different for Zandronum. With this one, we just need to create a new folder called Skins. The reason being is because when this thing was first developed, it was originally meant to just play the game and get into it quick. So in order to do that, you'd have to want to put your own custom content and stuff in it. So you'd put skin files for your player in the skins folder. And it would load up directly from that file, or load up any mods that I put in that one file. So as you can see, we'll load up Zandronum right now. And it's just a base game. No mods or anything. No 5th chapter. Now if we take this thing and move it to the skin folder, see, it's right there. Now we load up the game, and now, oh, well, you can see it right here. It's loaded as a sigil. As you can see, it's the same, loaded it up. Man, it's running smoothly too. I just love Doom. It makes it so easy to run this thing and play it and stuff. And the chase cam. Chase cam. To create a shortcut or anything like that, we just simply loaded it directly from the skins folder. Now we're just going to grab the Brutal Doom and pop that in there, and now Brutal Doom will be installed. There we are, see? Brutal Doom. We can even start with the rifle, and you know what? And there's Sigil. I'm going to just start with the regular one at Nightmare difficulty. Nightmare difficulty is like the hardest mode you can do because all the enemies resurrect. There we go. Yeah, see? Oh. You stay dead. Ooh, an SMG. Yeah, Brutal Doom adds some more weapons as well. Oh yeah, installing a mod is easy. Good. Anyway, clip that. That's the thing about Doom. You get too invested in it. So like I said, all you have to do is just have a copy of the original Doom on your thing. Grab the WAD file for a minute. Grab the WAD file from the local files. Base. doom.wad and just drag it into there. And then, for either or, just simply, you know, put it next to the thing and run the game. It should run it normally. And then for making mods for either, for GZ Doom, you need to create a shortcut and list the mods that are in the folder. And for Zandronum, you just need to make a skins folder and then just put the mods in that folder. And there we go. You have a modern day source port. Now let's cover how to do the really cool thing with this. I'm going to use Zandronum for the moment because it's easier to do with Zandronum. But you know that whole command prompt thing? Or creating a shortcut in properties? You can do that in Zandronum. Thing is, though, what we're going to do is set up a server. And set up a server client system. Zandronum was made from a thing called Skulltag, so it has a lot of functions from that, just modernized. And let's see. Yeah, okay. We want to edit the properties. And there we go. Instead of putting minus file, what we're going to do instead is go minus host 16. Hit apply. And now if we do this, we have the server list. It can now hold up to 16 players and anyone can play. You can even transmit this over the internet and people can jump on it and everything. For, you know, ultimate LAN parties or, like, you know, that kind of stuff. But now, you can't close this or minimize it for that matter. What you want to do is just leave that open, put it out of the way, and we want to get into it, right? Go to File, go to Join Server. Loads it, and resume. We're in the server. As you can see from right here, we're in there, we're spectating. Our ping is 6, our time is 0, and we're looking at all the rules right here, or the computer's looking at all the rules and playing us like accordingly. We can even look at all the stuff it loaded. And now to play the game, we just press spacebar, join game, choose our class. I'm just going to start and join game. There we go. I can now play with other people on this one online game. Really cool stuff. This is the co-op, I think. To make an old school deathmatch, like, you know, the fun stuff. Yeah, sorry, I just got distracted with this. To make it, you know, play properly, we have to go to our settings up here, configure the server, and right now it's just set to unnamed. We can name that whatever. We go to the different game modes, and there's a lot of game modes for this. Cooperative, survival cooperative, invasion, deathmatch, team deathmatch, duel, terminator, last man standing, team last man standing, possession, team game. You know, I'll do possession. Yeah, possession. And we can include any modifiers like insta-kill or insta-jib and buckshot. We're not going to do those. We can do these special flags, which changes the game's mode. We want respawning items and barrels. No respawning power-ups. Let's add some let's add some falling damage. Players. We can tell the server to restrict the player from these sort of things, including using FOV, free look, or auto aim, allowing the BFG, or use suicides, rocket jumps, or anything like that. We can restrict the players from that. And then we can infinite inventory, infinite ammo, jumping, crouching, controls, use chase cam, all that stuff. You know, it's just a matter of looking into it and seeing what you like. And for me, I'm just going to set it to that, and then let's add a time limit to about 10 minutes. Add a frag limit to 10. And bring it on, hurt me plenty. Ooh, we can also turn off enemies. Let me see, that's players. Side, no. General. Yeah, no monsters. There we are. Okay, and now we go to that. It restarts the map for us. Now we go to join server. It loads up the code. There we go. And there we are. We are now playing Possession. Join game. Join game. There are no monsters. It is just simply you and another player. That's it. Pretty cool, isn't it? I'd like to test to see if this thing works over the internet, but it should. I mean, I just have to set the setting here from LAN to public, like that, and anyone can hook up to it. If it's LAN, it means local area network, which, obviously, local area. Well, I could have a computer next to me, or 5 computers next to me and hook up, or, whatever that's. Really simple stuff. Now that we got Doom set up, to close this, all you have to do is just press the exit button. Or it's simply type in the command, exit. And there we go. To do that in GZ Doom, it's a little more trickier. You'd have to do everything by hand, and I don't know how this thing works 100%. So let's create another shortcut. Okay. Create... Where's my shortcut button? There you go. Create shortcut. We're going to name this one server. And then we can just do the same thing. Go to the properties of the executable, or the shortcut executable. Type in minus host 16. Hit apply. Now if we load it, it'll set up the thing for us. Oh, you cannot host a game with 16 players. Limited currently is 8. Okay. Yeah, that's another thing too. It has a lot of restrictions. This thing basically interprets the original code as what you'd expect, the old stuff. So, it limits 8 players total. And it only plays on a local area network, not an online game. Well, I'm not sure about that 100%. I think it is online, just not the same way as it is nowadays. I prefer Zandronum. Okay, properties. So yeah, we can't do 16, so we'll just do 8. And here's another problem with this thing too. We load it, allow access, waiting for players, and there we go. Now we have to wait for other players to hook up to it. Ugh, it's annoying. Now if we go to, so you have to type in your IP address into it from another computer, and then you'd hook up directly to the thing. This is called peer-to-peer. It was the first version of multiplayer back in the olden days, and this is just a reinterpretation of it. It's the same code. It's old, archaic. I don't like using it. I'm just going to abort the network game. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend using GZ Doom for networking games. If anything, just Zandronum is way better. The netcode for Zandronum is a million times better. And here's another problem. No mods. Yeah. You use this server system and things, you don't have any mods to it. At all. To make a mod, you have to go to the properties and then type in the thing the mods you put in. The same way with the other one. It's just a nightmare. I don't know what they were doing with this GZ Doom thing. They need Zandronum source code. But, that's for that. And and I hope you guys like that tutorial. Let's move on to a little bit true 3D. Let's move on to my boy Quake. So now, we need 2 versions of this. Mark V. These are the Quake source ports. Quake has them. There are 2 different versions. Okay, oops. There. There we go. There we go. Mark V. And then this one's Quake Spasm. It's a little dark, you probably can't see it that well, but imagine with the atmosphere of the game. These source ports interpret the original Quake code. You know, I might as well show you what Quake looks like, actually. The base game. And trust me, it is a big mess. This also ran on, that thing too. It was old. Reload it. And then we get the DOS prompt. Take? Yeah, I took. This looks a million times. Oh, God. This looks cool in a retro kind of sense, but definitely not for gameplay kind of sense. Single player, new game. Oh, yeah, we forgot to turn on mouse look. Invert mouse, mouse spring, mouse straight, or look strafe. Where's the mouse look? Oh. Mouse. There we are, mouse look. So, there, now. Yeah, you use the middle button to look around and stuff. Whoever designed that was a nut job. A genius in a sense, but a nut job. But still, it plays normally. Just a little jittery and buggy looking. Ow. And like I said, this uses true 3D. As you can see, that everything's either a block or a cuboid in some way, or a triangle. And it just does it. It's really cool how they did this. The guys at id were geniuses. Still, the mouse thing is just annoying. But anyway, as you can see, this is pretty much, it's still playable. It just doesn't look pretty. Let's do something about that. Property, so put that. These things here, Mark V and Quake Spasm. We're going to go ahead and download them. Yeah, that one. No, that's the installer. Well, you could do it that way. Yeah, no, we're not going to run that. I'm just going to do it from the main thing, the zip file. And then we go to here, and this is kind of weird looking, but it's this one. Oh, whoops. Manifestations, that's the one. And then we just want to do Windows 32. Right. You just load it and download it. There we go. Exile that. And do that. Exile that. Let those download, and now we can create new folders. This one's going to be Mark V. And the next one is going to be Wake Spasm. There you go. Wake Spasm. And so now we have 2 folders ready for Quake files. As you can see, nothing's in them. I'm just going to put those to the side here. Alright, and now, the OBS, you burning yet? My poor computer. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do this first. Browse local files. Exit out of that. Go to the Quake file, and there's a lot of files for Quake. But as you can see, it's all DOS prompts and things like that, so I don't want to use it. Instead, I just want this folder, ID1. That is the main game resource folder for Quake. We want that, and we'll paste it on both of our things. And we just close that. Okay, both those are open. We're just going to close Ethernet page. Here's Mark 5. It's only 3 files. Control-C. Control-V. And that's it. And now for Quake Spasm, it's a lot of files. But there's only 2 major ones. This one and this one. That's it. The rest are just library files to run 3D programming. Okay, and there we go. And now we have both Quake installed on both the computers. If you didn't have the ID1 file, it would probably not work at all. That's okay. To run it, we can run it either this way or that way. So, it's your choice, really. I'm going to show you first Mark 5 and some of its features. Yeah, we want to let it run. As you can see, the game looks a million times better. It's using true software. Let's go to single player. New game. Oh yeah, no mouse 3 button hold down to do things. You can just move around and stuff. Right out of the box, mouse look. Jump. Strafing left and right. A and D. S and W, forward and back. Mouse 1 to shoot. And mouse wheel, this thing, to swap your weapons. But that's pretty much the basic for everything, so I'm going to show you some cool things this can do. We can load levels from this. We can even load custom levels, like ones people made stuff. Also, the multiplayer. We can set up demos. We can play them, in fact. I'm going to choose this one. There we go. A demo file is basically a set of instructions from a previous program. The computer will record your location and placements of bullets and everything, and then we can even play by running a demo file. So, this can load that easily. It's amazing how they came up with this. Demo recording, you can look up some tutorials to do that, but for the most part, this is just this. We can even share our current location with everybody around the world. We just have to give this code out to somebody. And then options. As you can see, the options are a little different, and we can use the mouse to look through them. That's the mouse control. controls, console, reset to defaults if you want. If you don't have to, fine with it. Always run, mouse look, invert mouse, look spring, preferences. These are just like some of the bonus things you can edit and stuff. You change your crosshair, weapons draw, visibility, view blends, bobbing. I like the Quake defaults for most of the things. Start demos, it does the defaults. Server aim, draw clock, auto scale, and all sorts of things. You can even set to fits Quake or, that kind of stuff. And then, of course, video options, and it comes with a whole slew of things. Oh, and pixelation. We can do smooth, pixelated, or rough. But now if we play it... Oh, yeah, that's right. We gotta close it first. And then we run it. I guess it doesn't do it this one. A new game. Well, I guess it does with the textures. All pixelated and rough. But it's still 3D objects on that kind of stuff, so I guess that's okay. You can also smooth the textures too. And that's pretty much how to do that. For that, let's go over Quake Spasm. Okay, run anyway. As you can see, it's a smaller window, and the demo didn't even load at all. In fact, I don't think we can load the demo. Whoops. Demo 1. Yeah, 3 demos in loop. Let me see, where's that demo file? Yeah, I don't think it doesn't have the files, so it won't run them. Yeah, so 3 demos in loop. Yeah, this one's a little bit more, how do I put it, bare bones. This one's made for like just playing straight into it and things like that, just loading the mods through command prompts and things like that, rather than just playing it straight out the box, like Mark 4 or Mark 5. Let's see the multiplayer. We don't have the demos here. We can do... This is pretty much old school. We can set up a TCP/IP or IP, and then we have a new game. We can set up anything, but no public access for this one. It's just straight up LAN party only. Options. Yeah, options are a little more bare bones and original, including the video options. I'm going to change that a bit. Change that to the proper size. There we go. Oops. Apply changes, and there we go. And let's scale up the screen. The other one, Mark 5, doesn't have that option. I wonder why, but there you go. And then, of course, there's no loading maps or anything, so it's kind of bare bones there too. What can you do? And then we go to the new game. As you can see, mouse look from the start. ASWD to move around. That's a hard one to do. And as you can see, 3D modeling for all sorts of things. I think the textures are also set to smooth. Yeah, the textures are set to smooth. And it's a little slower and a little more process heavy. But ultimately, it's the same game. See? Secret here. Jumping. Swapping is the mouse wheel. You just push the buttons to turn them on. There's no crosshair either. It's a little bare bones, like I said. In fact, in order to actually do a lot of the cool things, you'd have to mess with the command prompts and things like that for this. There we go. Get the boomstick. There we go. Double-barreled shotgun. Ooh, a nail gun. And look, 9-inch nails. Yeah, your nail gun uses 9-inch nails. It's also the name of a band. Oh, ah. Take that. Shotgun to the face. There we go. As you can see, it plays pretty smoothly and looks pretty good, but ultimately it's just bare bones. You can't do much with this. It's easier just to play with this for LAN parties and things like that, not really for online play. Pretty cool, though. Still pretty cool. I'm gonna do a little secret here. Ding. Oh, there we go. Oink. And there we go. Most of this game is remembered for its multiplayer anyway, because the story isn't that great. Oh, I missed a secret. But yeah, that's pretty much how you set up those things. Let's go ahead and set up a mod now. I'm going to use the standard Team Fortress. Let me see. Quake mod. Believe it or not, but the original game, the game Team Fortress 2 is not actually the first game. Neither is Team Fortress Classic. Nope. This is the original Team Fortress. See? It was a set of mods for the original Quake. That multiplayer mods that added class support, or class like selections. You could play as one of 9 different characters, and each one has their own set weapons, their own set gameplay style, and you would have to work as a team on a squad against the other people. It was quite an ingenious idea when it first came out. But there we are, the Team Fortress mod. Okay, we want the original Fortress. Let me see. There, Team Fortress 2.8 release. Download. And shabam in a 3, 2, 1. You know, just do that. Exit. Go back. We also need a map too, because this mod doesn't include maps. Sadly. Where's you know, I have to look for that really quick. Team Fortress Quake mod. Maps. Oh, whoops. There we go. We'll hold off on that for a second. And there it is, the file for our mod. We just copy that into both that or that. And there we have it. The mod set up. What's inside this folder is all this little stuff and things. Yeah, it's just the same thing for both. And with Quake Spasm, you'd have to program in your configurations, while as most of the configurations are set up from the get-go in Mark V. Plus, it's online compatible. And then, as you can see, there's no maps for it whatsoever. So let's get some maps really quick. The Well, Caverns, Quick Death, Two Fort, and League. Good. Download maps. Exit. Let me just wait a second, and ModDB is the source for all your, Doom stuff and things like that. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for everybody. Let me just copy that folder. You know what? You can get rid of this. And just put that right there. Copy it directly into that. And now if we load up oh, whoops. That's a boo-boo. You don't want to put it in the ID1 file, you want to put it next to the ID1. See? Like that. Let me take care of that really quick. I must have put it in id1. No, it's in this one. This is how the structure should look. Now, you can't just simply play it just right up. With this one, you'd have to mod it like we did with the Zandronum, or the GZ Doom. You know, create a shortcut. I'm going to name this shortcut Team Fortress. We're going to use Mark V for the moment. I'm going to minimize this. Yeah, Mark V for the moment. And now we go to Properties, or right-click Properties, and we need to put minus game, and then to put the to make the mod, we just simply name it the folder right here. So Fortress, and there we go. Hit apply. Oh, and you also need to put host. Minus host 16. So that way we can have more than just 8 players here. Apply. And now we have Team Fortress. Now Damien Scott demo. Pretty cool, isn't it? You can play as an engineer, a scout, a heavy weapons guy, medic, the pyro, the soldier, and to play it, all you have to do is go to multiplayer, go to game, search for a public game, and now it'll search out anyone who has the same mods that we have. Okay. And it looks like everybody's at 2 for it, so let's load that up really quick. This server is you're missing out due to your choice of outdated client protocol. Ooh. Okay, then yeah, you know what, let's just create a new game. Single player, levels. Huh, where are the maps? One second, folks, I gotta check something. Fortress, maps. Oh, that's why. We gotta take them out of the thing. That's a bummer. But, you know, just copy. Paste. You know, I'll take the text file too. Paste. What you want to do is keep the maps folder only filled with BSP files, nothing else. It doesn't, a lot of source engines don't 100% run with, you know, that kind of stuff. There we go. Copy. Paste. Caverns. Control C. B. The well. B. Paste. Well, caverns. Yeah. And then we can just go ahead and delete these ones. Delete. There we have it. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this file into the other Quake Spasm file. Maps folder. No, whoops. Cut. Paste. There we go. Delete that. Okay. So now we can load Team Fortress now. Player, levels. And now there's our options. Q-Fort, Caverns, Intro Sev, or Introsec, Muskrat, Oppose 1, Death 3, and Woe. Each with its own description as well. I'm going to just do 2 for it. As you can see, we get a few options. We can be either Team 1, Team 2, or we auto-team. I'm going to just pick Team 1. We can choose between Scout, Sniper, Soldier, Demo Man, Heavy, Medic, Pyro, Spy, Engineer, and then a random. So I'm going to just choose random. Okay, it set me as the... What did it set me as? Pyro. Pyro. Gather up all my gear. Oh. A little frantic. I just love 2 Fort. This is the... If you're familiar with the 2 Fort in Team Fortress 2, this is the precursor to it. Because of this map, we have that map. Excuse me. As you can see, it's pretty much the whole kit and caboodle. I love it. This game is best played with a lot of friends and stuff. Or, you know, just internet parties and things. LAN party, whatever. Go down here. Yeah, sorry for the frantic nature of this. I'm kind of fast on this. There's the flag. Grab it. Then we go up. Go this way. Oops. There we go. We gotta go to our base up there. Plant the flag. Dooby-dooby-doo, and there we go. Up the stairs. Up here. There are people who get near us, and there we go, I captured the flag. Dark blue and red. There are it. That's Team Fortress for Mark 5. And like I said too, we can also join public games that happen. Let's see if there we are. I'm going to do Fort 5R. The server server turned to version 4, not okay. Well, that's another thing too. You have to make sure you have the exact same files as the other people in order to play these other things. Or you could just set up your own server. I would do that. There we go. But that's how you do Team Fortress on Mark 5. Let's go ahead and get Team Fortress on Quickspasm. This one's a little more tricky. And like I said, only works for LAN parties. Nothing more. Let me see. There we go. We got to do the same thing. Properties. Oh, wait, sorry. Right click. Create shortcut. Rename the shortcut to Team Fortress. And then we right click the thing, properties. And then we put the same commands. Game. The file name for Fortress. And then host 16. Apply. And there we go. Now if we double click it, and it'll load it. But it won't load any demos, and it won't load any maps. Let me see if I can find the demo really quick for that. To see if it loads. Oops. Cycle? No. also, I don't think the map cycles work either. So, you know, it's kind of confusing. Yeah, it doesn't. Server configs. Quake server. Yeah, there's no demos. Anyway, let's load up a map. For this version, you have to actually type in the map name. So press escape. You get the command prompt. Then we type in map 2 port 5L. And there we go. Loads it up perfectly. Team 1. Let's be a engineer. So in order to start building things, we have to actually use the command build. Now, what was supposed to happen too is that with Mark V, the build command is instantly put in because of autoconfig. For this one though, we have to actually bind it. So, command prompt, bind. I'm going to just put B, and then we're going to put build. So now, if we press the B button, we can build an armor, or a wet thing. Let's build one there. There we go. Finish building a dispenser. Dispensers pull out, like, ammo and stuff. I'm gonna do one. The armor. Oh, what's your armor? There we go. Armor. Armor. Yeah, it's ass out. It takes some time for that thing to load. We get only 3 different weapons to choose from. This. What is it? Wrench. It doesn't do much, unlike the other one. 2? No. Shotgun. And then, shotgun, and then this one here is a railgun, isn't it? Yeah, it's a railgun. And super shotgun. You can also use grenades too, which is kind of a thing. Okay, so I need more armor. Where's some armor? There we are. In this game, you use armor for, building material. That's how it originally was when it was first developed and things. Man, it is dark in here. Okay, let me see. Build. And now let's build a sentry. So 2. Building a sentry. There we go. Repair sentry, dismantle sentry, nothing. Rotate sentry, so 6. 6. 6. There we go. Oh, yeah, 1 more 6. There we go. And now we have a sentry. So now if any enemy comes near, this thing will start shooting stuff. We can even dismantle it, repair it, or do nothing. I'm just going to do nothing. Withdraw the armor. Repair. There we go. And that's just the engineer class. And as you can see, you can do so much with these mods and stuff. It's pretty fun. Oh. I love these old games. They're so fun to mod and things. You'd also have to be able to do this too with the Half-Life engine. Since Half-Life was originally built with this engine in mind, just modified and souped up, you can do the same thing. I have a game called Deathmatch Classic, which makes Half-Life play just like Quake. There's also Team Fortress Classic, called Counter-Strike. That was a good one. And there's so many more. They're all based on the Half-Life's original source code engine. And then, of course, from that comes Half-Life 2. Episodes 1 and 2, and the base game itself. And then from there, we got Team Fortress 2, Left 4 Dead, Portal, a whole slew of different things. It's amazing what you can trace from Doom and Quake. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you have any questions, just let me know and things in the comments bar over here, or look me up on YouTube. I'm happy to help and everything, and hopefully this was informative for you guys. I will see you guys later.